Today we're going to be revisiting a project I completed about a year ago. This was very much a themed project. The case itself was purchased off Amazon and inspired me to build a computer inside this box. Within this box we have all the components of our computer. We have our screen, we have a Bluetooth keyboard, and we have the computer itself. If we power our computer on, it will display on the screen the hard kernel logo. So you can tell within the case we have an Odroid computer. This was really made possible by two things. One, a very small high-definition screen, and secondly, a Bluetooth keyboard. If we log into the computer, we can see we are successfully within Windows 11. There is only one cable going into the computer, and that is our power cable. The internet and Bluetooth connectivity is achieved by using one of these. This gives us both 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz options for our Wi-Fi, and is also a Bluetooth adapter. The design on top of the case was completed as part of a 3D print. This to give the illusion of gold coins. If we sneak a look underneath our gold coins, these are fastened down using magnetic tape. Now we can see inside the case where we can see our Odroid computer. And our cooling for this system is done by two small Noctua fans, one intake and one extractor fan, pulling the air across the CPU heatsink. The connections to the monitor are a power connection, which goes to our USB port, and our HDMI connection, for which I'm using a HDMI ribbon cable. This ribbon cable is usually used for HDMI connections on drones. The Odroid computer was ideal for this case because of its very small motherboard size. So how has this computer performed? Initially, I did have concerns over the cooling of the Odroid, due to the fact that the wooden box is quite a good heat insulator. However, the two Noctua fans, one intake and one extract, seem to work very well with the perforated lid. This allows the air to flow freely over the top and keeps the heatsink very cool. The monitor, while small, does display a full high-definition screen. If we put our case back into position, we can have a look at the monitor itself. The monitor itself is fixed via these magnetic strips to the back of the case. This allows it to be moved if you need to do anything with the monitor. For example, adjust the buttons. Normally with the monitor, you don't have to use the power button to switch it on or off, as the activation of the computer will turn the monitor on automatically. So all in all, how successful has this build been? And is there anything I would do if I were to build it again? The build itself has been remarkably successful, in that it has not overheated and it has performed very well. And the wireless dongle, despite being small and having no external aerials, has performed very well. So what would I change if I were to build this again? Ideally, I would have liked to have printed the lid in one piece. However, the 3D printer I have could only manage this size of print, and I was pushing it to the absolute maximum to print this design. So perhaps using a larger 3D printer to do a one piece, and I would have liked a flap to allow the USB ports to be exposed at the top. Because at the moment there is no way to get at the USB ports without lifting the lid, as the USB ports are down in here. But as a themed computer, it works remarkably well. It's very compact and very unobtrusive when closed up. And the wireless keyboard was definitely a find. I've done separate videos on both the small HDMI screen and the wireless keyboard itself. And it was certainly a change to build a computer in a non-standard case, and has encouraged me to perhaps look to do future projects in non-standard cases. However, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.